Hello, welcome. This is the Premier League preview. You're welcome to the preview game day 10. I was going to say game day 16, but 10. It feels like they played a lot of games, but it's only been 10 games, man. So, yeah, the Premier League is back this week. We got midweek games in the Carabao Cup, but the Premier League is back in the midweek. Let's get straight into the previews. Before we get into the previews, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Let's go. Let's quickly check the Premier League team news. Premier League team news. Premier League team news for the day. Let's check weekend fixtures. Let's check what the team news is going to be like. I know for Tottenham, Sonny is back. I know Van der Ven is not playing, is injured as well. And so team news. The news I think is from Manchester United. They've got their man Amorim in. He's going to be starting after the international 11th of November. That's when he starts. And yeah, they've announced it. Blah 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 blah. That's it, really. And what else? Let's go into the and go into the news. Is that going to be the news for today? No, thank God. Is that the news? Team news. Saka. Let's see. I think for latest Premier League player injuries club by club. Let's go straight into it. First of all, we're going into the return of Son. Son returns to training ahead of Villa match. He's been training and he should be available for Tottenham over this weekend. Let's just read a little bit more details on that one and see what they're saying in there. And Postecoglou's press conference, he says he hopes to have Sonny back for this Sunday's clash with Villa. Sonny has missed 6 of our last 7 games through injury since he was forced off late on in the September Europa League opener with Karabag. So, however, Sonny has returned to training on Friday morning is November 1st. Anja said if our number 7 gets through the final training on Saturday, he will be back for the clash with Villa. That's good news for Tottenham then. So that's a good news for Tottenham. So they get one. One is playing and one is gone. Van der Ven ruled out until after November internationals. So really frustrating for Van der Ven. You can see he was frustrated when he got injured as well. I think it's just the way he plays his football. He did. We're looking at that tackle as well. He didn't need to. Didn't think he need to tackle the guy. He just need to run next to the guy and just show the guy off. I don't know, but I think he likes all those tackles where he has to fly in and he's pulled his hamstring. So, according to Ange Postecoglou, he said Mickey van der Ven is said to be out for a number of weeks after the hamstring injury he sustained against Manchester City on Wednesday. The Dutch international was first off early in the first half of the Carabao Cup victory. Almost exactly 1 year on from the hamstring injury he sustained against Chelsea. That ruled him out for over 2 months last time. Mickey is set for a spell out, but Anjas is concerned about the extent of the injury and he revealed he's likely to be sidelined until after the November international break. So he's um gonna miss maybe 2 games. Gonna miss this weekend and probably gonna miss next weekend as well. Who do we play next weekend? I can't even remember who Tottenham are playing. That means centre back looks set to uh, exactly. That means centre back looks set to miss consecutive Premier League home games against Aston Villa and Ipswich, and the trip to Galatasaray in the Europa League. So that's not bad games for him to miss. Villa game definitely we need him for that game for his pace, but I think Ipswich and Galatasaray is going to be tough as well against Galatasaray. But we'll see. Mickey has sort of strained a hamstring, said Ange, speaking in his pre-Aston Villa press conference. So Mickey is going to be out till after the international break. That's for Tottenham. Let's go into the team news for Arsenal and see what they're saying. This is the first time I'm on an Arsenal website. It says injury updates on Gabriel Odegaard and White. Mikel Arteta hopes to have Gabriel available again for the clash against Manchester Newcastle on Saturday. Should he come through today's training? The Brazilian limped off, blah 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 blah. Ben White filled in for William in our 2-2 against Reds last Sunday, but also missed the Premier League Cup clash. This means Ben White could join Ricardo Calafiori, Martin Odegaard, and Tashikiro Tomiyasu Kieran on the sidelines. So Ricardo Calafiori and Martin out definitely with Ben. We don't know yet. He hasn't trained yet. He could not train. He could not get involved. So let's wait and see if he's available according to the Arsenal manager. So Ben White is definitely out, and then Gabriel is a wait and see. Eze is missing for Crystal Palace as well. He's been injured in the Carabao Cup midweek game. I don't know why all these players are getting injured. According to Glasner, it's it says has confirmed that Crystal Palace will be without several players for Saturday's trip to Wolves. With Ebere Eze and Adam Wharton both exiting the field of play in the first half of Wednesday's win over Aston Villa. Glasgow confirmed neither were available for selection at Molineux over the weekend. Eze Glasgow said he's injured. He has an hamstring injury and we will miss him for at least against Wolves and against Fulham. Then we have the international break and then let's see. But he will be out for 2 games. So Eze is out as well for Palace. Those are the injury news for the Premier League games over this weekend. This is the Football Show Premier League preview, game day 10 in the league. Then we go to Newcastle. Let's see what they're saying in terms of their injuries. Newcastle, it is Newcastle faced the Gunners at St. James's kickoff, blah 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 blah. And then Howie's side need a victory, blah 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 blah. They are a very good team, blah 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 blah. So, they both, we want to read about it. Callum is doing well. He's doing okay. He's building his load again. There was no real injury, but just a feeling in his body that he couldn't push as hard as he wanted. Well, we'll see how he's put. Probably with the 2 weeks gap. Best to leave it. Because that's Callum. What's his name? Callum. I can't remember his full name. Callum Wilson. Sorry. And then that was Callum Wilson. And then on ML Crafts. I don't know where it was. So that's the injury. Callum Wilson is the player that's injured for Newcastle. I think he's been injured for a while actually. And then lastly, we go to City. I think Arteta was saying he's only got 13 players to train in midweek. So I think they've got more injuries now as well. Pep Guardiola says he does not yet know how he will have how he does not yet know who he will have I can't even speak anymore. Says he does not he says he will not okay. He says he does not yet know who he will have available for Saturday's trip to Bournemouth. City went into Wednesday's Carabao Cup away to Tottenham with injuries to Rodri, Oscar, Bob, Kevin De Bruyne, Kyle Walker, Jerem Doku, Jack Grealish, all sidelined to injury. Those are injuries. We then lost. They lost to defender Kanji in that game against Tottenham. I think it was 1 minute when he got injured. And then forward Savinio was taken off on stretcher midway through the second half with what appeared to be swollen ankle. And then Guardiola said after the game he has just 13 senior players to train, so he's going to He's looking at the academy players. So those are the injury news for this game day, week 10. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. Let's get straight into the fixtures for the weekend's game. And yes, let's look at what we have for the weekend. November. So let's see what we have for this weekend's game. November 2nd. Is it November 2nd? I don't know. Newcastle taking on Arsenal. I think Newcastle off the back of who did they play last week? I can't even remember. Newcastle, who did they play last week? I think they lost last week. They lose last week. Newcastle, what did they do? They lost to Chelsea in the league now last week. They lost to Chelsea in the league and they played Chelsea again, the Carabao Cup, and then Chelsea beat them this time around. So against Arsenal, it's going to be early morning, early kickoff afternoon. It's going to be tough. The fans are going to be up for it as well. It's going to be, Arsenal still have that defense, although they got injuries as well. Ben White, Gabriel, not sure. Newcastle, I think the fans will be up for this one. And yeah, I'm be surprised if it ends in a draw. I'm seeing a draw 1-1 or 2-2. VAR controversy or something like that. Those games in the afternoon on Saturdays, they could, they sometimes just explode or sometimes it just they send you to sleep. But this one I think is going to be a draw, but there's going to be loads of stuff going on. So I'm going to go 2-2. Liverpool, Brighton, they play each other in the Carabao Cup as well, midweek. Brighton, Liverpool winning by 2-0. I think it was 2-0. This one is not going to be easy for Liverpool. They're playing, they're going to be at home, but Brighton are a good team, very good team. So yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see what happens. But I'm still gonna back Liverpool to win, maybe by 2-1. Southampton, Everton. It's another 3 o'clock kickoff. 3 o'clock kickoff. The game we're doing on Saturday actually is going to be Liverpool Brighton. That's going to be a cracking game to watch. We're going to be watching that in our watch along at 3 p.m. kickoffs every Saturday on this channel. We do watch along. So make sure you come and join us with your glass of wine or whatever you're drinking. So yeah, that one is going to be a very good game. Liverpool Brighton. And then Southampton Everton, that's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Everton winning midweek in the Carabao Cup. Everton have been picking up form lately. That's all. Sometimes you just have to go through the bad period and then start digging out results. For this one, I think Everton will win. I'm gonna go Everton 3-1. Bournemouth Man City. That's another 3 o'clock kickoff. Ooh, which one are we gonna watch? I think I watch it Liverpool Brighton. I think we've done City Bright. We've done Bournemouth as well now. So yeah, I don't think we've done Brighton, we've done Liverpool. Which team have we not done in the Premier League? I think I need to look at our list of teams. I think I want to do every team at least once. So yeah, Bournemouth and City. That game is going to be tough for City, especially with all the injuries. Bournemouth have been fresh all week. They didn't play in the Carabao Cup. They're going to be fresh, tight pitch. We saw what they did to Arsenal. They could do the same to City, but City are just more streetwise. They commit little fouls and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm just gonna go for City. Just maybe 2-1. Just tight game 2-1. But I won't be surprised if Bournemouth turn them over. Bournemouth are a good side. That pitch, they got Semenyo, dangerous player, Evalson, Evalison. Is it? What's his name again? I can't pronounce his name. Evalison. He's a good player as well. City are City, so if they turn up and decides to play, despite the injuries, I think they'll beat Bournemouth. So gonna go 2-1. Forest and Nottingham Forest. and Nottingham Forest and West Ham. I think what I'm going to be doing with these predictions, I'm going to be playing against. I'll be playing against what's his name? I'll be playing against AI. So I'm going to be playing against AI. That's what we'll be doing from next week. I'll be playing against AI, and then at the end of the season, I'll see if I can. I'm smarter than AI, so that's the plan. So yeah, that's what I'll do from next week. So Forest and West Ham. Forest have been good in the table. Well, I think they are 8th on the table or 7th. West Ham off the back of that win against Manchester United last week. Can they build on it? This one got draw written all over it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Forest. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Forest. Ipswich at home. Leicester. I've been picking up results lately as well. So this one, Ipswich for their defeat against against Everton last week, coming into this fixture. They I've been very impressed with them. They lost 4-3 to not Southampton. Yeah, it is Southampton. Where Delap hit the post in the last minute. Who were they playing that time? It was a cracking game of football. I think it was Wolves probably. So yeah, for this one, I'm gonna go Ipswich. Leicester just got a Premier League experience, know-how. So it's gonna be a tough, tight one as well. I'm gonna go Leicester to win by 5-4. That's what I'm gonna go for high goals. Or 3-2. Then Wolves and Crystal Palace at the 5:30 kickoff. Wolves being they've picked up a couple of points in recent weeks, 2 draws, I think. So yeah, can they play well to get a win against Palace? Palace are missing players. Eze is not there, so that's gonna be like creativity and that wow factor is missing. So I think I'm going to back Wolves to get their first 3 points of the season. Going to go Wolves to win by 2-0. Then Sunday, the game we're doing on Sunday, we've got 2 games on Sunday. Tottenham taking on Villa, 2 p.m. kickoff. This one is both teams coming different forms in the league. Villa, they got draw in their last league game and lost in the Carabao Cup midweek. Tottenham lost in their last league game and won against City midweek. So it's going to be a tough one. Tottenham have injuries. Villa, I think they don't have that much of an injury. I think they've got players coming back. It's going to be tough, man. Ings, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Is it Wings or Ings? I can't remember his name. Tyrone Mings is back for Villa. He played in midweek as well. Buendia as well. They got players coming. They got a good squad, Villa. They got a good squad. Very good squad. Uh, Tottenham have to win this just to close the gap because the Villa are 5 points ahead. Got to close the gap. So last season Tottenham battered them both games. Really won at Villa Park and lost at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So for this one, Tottenham have been very strong at home. I think we've lost one at home this season against the Arsenal. So gonna have to back Tottenham again to pull off a victory. I'm gonna go 2-1. It's gonna be tight. Really a good team, man. They're a good team, but Tottenham have to play really, really well. Then we go Chelsea, Manchester United. Without their new coach, Amorim is not joining till the 11th of November. So Chelsea, you know what Chelsea can do now. They got a different swagger to them. Now United, after that loss last week, and a win midweek beating Ipswich by 5 goals to Ipswich or Leicester. I think it was Leicester. This one, can't really call it, to be honest. Chelsea are more stable. They know what they're doing. There's still a bit inconsistency about them as well. United are going to be all wild up because of the news of the new manager. The manager has been announced already. This one, I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go 2-2 in that one. But I won't be surprised if Manchester pull off the victory. Then we got Fulham Brentford. It's the Monday Night Football, November 4th. Fulham, Uh, they are always strong at home, small pitch. Brentford are a good team as well. It's going to be interesting. London Derby. There's so many London Derby. This one, I'm going to go another. I'm going to go draw 1-1. I think Brentford are good enough to get a draw. So that's the fixtures this weekend in the Premier League game day 10. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. Game of the week is Chelsea versus Manchester United. That one taking place at Old Trafford. Promises to be a cracking game. And yeah, really looking forward to that one. Thank you very much for watching. This is the 6 yard box. From next week, I'll be playing against the computer AI predicting results, and then we'll see who wins at the end of the season. I want to beat AI. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, 6 yard box, and see you. Thank you to all my subscribers. We're heading to about 150 subscribers, and I really, really appreciate every single person. Thank you once again. Take care. God bless, and have a nice weekend. Whatever team you support, if you support Villa, because they're playing Tottenham this weekend. So can't really wish you good results. But yeah, I think any team that deserves to win the game will win it. So really looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Stay safe. God bless. And I'll see you next time.